Red cloak, aka Manto, also known as red mantle, red vest, or red cape, is a Japanese ghost who haunts the girls' bathroom. He appears, wearing a red cloak and a white mask, and is said to be so charming that girls are unable to resist him. Red cloak hides in the last stall of the girls' toilet. And when you enter, he steps out and asks, "Which do you prefer, red cloak or blue cloak?" Akai manto to aoi manto. どちらが好きですか? If you say red, he slits your throat or chops off your head and the blood flows down your back, making it look like you're wearing a red cloak. If you say blue, he grabs you by the neck and chokes you until your face turns blue and you die of suffocation. Don't even think about asking for a third color. If you do, the floor will open up beneath you and pale white hands will reach up and drag you down to hell. One school's ghost story tells of a young girl who heard a voice coming from the toilet next to her saying, "Shall we put on the red vest?" Akai vest o okimashou ka? The man's sudden, abnormal low voice scared her so much that she ran out with her panties around her ankles. "Teacher, teacher! There's a man in the girls' bathroom!" "Sensei, sensei! 女子トイレに男がいるんですけど、怖いです." She told her teacher what she had heard, and the police were called. Once they arrived, a policewoman went into the bathroom while her male partner waited outside. She heard the same voice asking, "Shall we put on the red vest?" "Akai vest o okimashou ka?" The policeman, listening at the door, heard her answer, "Okay, put it on." "Okay, 着てみよう." Suddenly, a loud scream was heard, followed by a thump. When the partner opened the bathroom door, he found the policewoman lying dead on the floor. Her head had been cut off, and the blood on her clothes made it look like she was wearing a red vest. In another version of the story, in Japan, this murderous ghost is known variously as Aka Manto, O Manto, or Aka Hanten, O Hanten. Some people say that years ago, Red Cloak was a young man who was so handsome that every girl immediately fell in love with him. He was so awesomely beautiful that girls would faint whenever he looked at them. His beauty was so overwhelming that he had to hide his face behind a white mask. At some point, he kidnapped a beautiful young girl, and she was never seen again. A similar story. He is called Red Mantle or Red Cape. He lurks in the toilets and asks you if you want a red cape. If you say yes, he rips off your top and tears the skin off your back. In yet another version of the legend, he is called Red Paper, Blue Paper. Akai Kami, Aoi Kami. Girls who go into the bathroom hear a voice coming from the last stall. It asks, "Do you want red paper or blue paper?" Akai kami ka, aoi kami no dochira ga hoshii desu ka? To answer red means a bloody death by being skinned alive. To answer blue means to have all the blood drained out of the body. Still more versions involve a bloody hand emerging from the toilet and trying to pull you in, blood raining down from the ceiling, being drowned in blood and having disembodied white hands grabbing you and choking you to death. In the funniest but cruel version, if you answer yellow, Kiro, he will play a prank and force your head down the toilet and make you smell piss. Or waterboard you until you are at the verge of drowning in urine. Then continue the process again and again and again until someone interrupts or enters the same vicinity. Some people are lucky and will end the cruel ordeal when friends or onlookers hear you screaming. But the not-so-fortunate will scream for hours with no one nearby to hear and eventually lose your voice. At that point, you better hope Akamanto gets bored and stops on his own. You pass out from exhaustion. Or, the best option, die by dry drowning and not live long enough to tell the tale. if your mind is not completely broken from it. In case you didn't know, being waterboarded is not a fun thing to experience.